See you watching me when we're with our friends. It's definitely something in the air. So let's take it from there. 'Cause I know you want it. Afraid to let it show. And I know you need it.
So we've been doing our own worm farm for quite some time now, and I haven't been here to keep them up on a regular basis. Now we're getting ready to move into our new homestead, and with the worm farm we want to kind of expand on that to kind of help provide our own natural fertilizer for our garden. So in this video we're going to show you how we're going to expand our worm farm, and we're going to start right now. What's going on, YouTube Gardening? It's your boy Sydney from the Nakid Gardener channel. After watching this video, you're going to learn how to expand your worm farm and the reasons why you should do that. Now let's get growing. So one of the reasons why you want to separate and divide your worms into another bin is because after about 60 to 90 days, they have their cocoons, and you want to kind of divide them out so that way they will get heavily populated. Because if you keep them in a small container like this, they're going to stay at their same population and just be feeding off, and then you just have to be transferring. So when you do this every 90 days, it will increase your worm castings, which can increase your nutrients when you're fertilizing your plants.
Doesn't matter what they say, doesn't really matter what they do. Baby, got me breathing now, breathing now. Doesn't matter where I go, heart still open, can I close? Baby, got me breathing now, breathing now. Welcome to this one-way ride. We're all on it, got to give it a go. All we got is hope. Don't you know? Wipe the floor of yesterday. You can change it anyway. And you're never alone, never alone. Doesn't matter what they say, doesn't really matter what they do. Let go, baby, let me breathe it now. Let go, breathe it now. Doesn't matter where I go, heart still open, can I close? Let go, baby, let me breathe it now. Let go, breathe it now.
So we have the worm casting all harvest right now. We have the worms in a separate pile so that way we can divide it up. Now we're going to start the new bin. Now when you start a new bin, you want to make sure you're in a food grade plastic container. We're going to start with sifted compost, and then with some newspapers, and then we're going to add some of our food waste that we've been keeping in the freezer in there, and then we're going to add some grit of some coffee grounds. Then after that we're going to cover it again with some more compost and some more shredded paper, wet it up just a slight little bit, and that's going to be it. Now if you don't have aged sifted compost, you can use some cocoa cord. You don't want to use peat moss for the simple fact that it's very acidic. You can also use regular dirt. You can use shredded newspapers. If you have leaves, you can use some shredded leaves or just some regular dirt. Now for the grit, after you add the food, if you don't have the coffee grounds, you can also use some pulverized eggshells for the help the worms break down the food. And this one we keep in the house. So what I normally do is I'll put some cardboard and wrap some plastic in here to keep the moisture in there. And we'll do the same for this. Now we'll go and show you how you can use the worm casting. So one of the reasons why we use the worm castings in our garden, because it provides a nice organic fertilizer and helps fight diseases and promotes health for our vegetables. With the fertilizer of the worm casting, it has an NPK ratio of about a 5.53, and it provides a lot of macronutrients of the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, and the micronutrients, which you have the magnesium, calcium, iron, and manganese. So what we normally do, I put like a handful of the worm castings, and I just put it right at the base of the plants. With the worm casting, you want to do this about once a week or once every 2 weeks. Now this is just one of the ways that we use our worm castings for our garden. We're interested in learning about some of the ways that you use some of your worm casting. Comment down below and let us know. I hope you like this video. If so, make sure you give us a thumbs up. As you can tell, this is an easy setup for you to use if you have an apartment or don't have the outdoor space that you want to do a nice composting system to help fertilize your garden. Now, if you want to watch other vermicomposting videos that we have done, we'll put a playlist above here so that way you can follow along. Until the next video, let's grow together.